one, I just finished filming my video of this, but for January, so now I'm going to do my February one, and this is just a video talking about all the movies and TV shows that I watched in February. It is currently March, so it's almost the end of March, we're like halfway through, but yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the things I watched in February, because I like talking about things I've seen. So, just gonna get right on in it. So the very first thing that I watched in February was Insidious 3. And let me actually go back and see what that movie was about, because I can't wait. Nope, I remember. It was good. I liked it. I really like the Insidious movies. The third, it wasn't anything revolutionary, but it told the story of that woman in the movie, and so I really liked it. I am a sucker for scary movies. I will watch any and every scary movie that comes out in theaters. And I have, and there have been some hits, there have been some misses, but this was a decent movie. I liked it. But yeah, the next thing I watched was, I started watching a show called 911. Angela Bassett is in it, and I love her. I really, 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 really like that show. I've gotten into it with my mom. But yeah, Angela Bassett's in it. There's a guy named Oliver Stark, his name is Buck in the show, and I just think he is the cutest dude. He's so cute. I'll put a picture. I just think he's absolutely, I don't want to say adorable, but he's like super cute. I really like him. And then there's another character that I really like, Connie Britton, who plays a character named Abby, who I really, really like also. And there's just a whole cast of characters in this show that I really like. I really like the dynamics of the show. I really like the actual 911 emergency aspect of it. I think that's really fascinating. Even in this first season, there's a lot of interesting relationships between all the characters, and I really enjoy it. So I'm excited to keep watching it and see where the show leads. The next one that I watched was called The Cloverfield Paradox. Let me look that up. Oh, The Cloverfield Paradox. Okay, this was the other movie in that Cloverfield series, but it came on Netflix. I liked it. I really liked it. I am interested. I really like the second. Every single movie is within this same kind of world, but they're all very different, and I very much liked each one of them. The first one showed what happened down on Earth. The second one showed what happened kind of after everything went down, and a guy that lived in seclusion and a girl that kind of got stuck. The second one, not the second one, the third one was kind of the origin story of how this all happened and how it all went down. And I thought it was really interesting. I really liked it. I liked it. I watched it with my brother and my mom, and it was pretty cool. The next one I have here is called Open House. It's on Netflix. Like I said, it's called Open House. Okay. So I watched this one with my mom, and it wasn't great. It honestly wasn't. Like I said, I really, really like scary movies. And so we watched this one, and it was just it was okay. Not like, spoiler alert if you want to watch it. Everybody ends up dying at the end. And it kind of gave me a Strangers vibe, The Strangers, but just not as good at all. And I'm usually not even like a super harsh critic on movies and TV shows, more so movies, but or less of a critic on movies. But like, if a movie isn't great, I'm not gonna be like, it was so good. It was. I'm sorry, I keep looking at my mouth, because like that right here is like my inside of my mouth, but you can see it when I'm talking, and it's not my lips, so I can't put lipstick on it, and it's bothering me. Anyways, the next one I watched was one, excuse me, was one that I had been wanting to watch for a while, and it was called Jenny's Wedding. I really like this movie. It was about a woman. What is her name? I know her name. Katherine Heigl. I love Katherine Heigl. 27 Dresses is like one of my favorite rom-coms. I love it. And so she's getting married, but her family doesn't know that it's to a woman. And so her fiance, eventually wife in this movie is Alexis Bledel, Rory, and then the girl from Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. I just think she's an absolutely adorable human being. But yeah, so I really like this movie. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a movie that I feel like a lot of people could probably relate to. Her family wasn't necessarily like super anti-gay, anti-LGBT, like, I will disown you if you come out to me, but they weren't like super welcoming and open their arms to her when she told them either. So it was kind of this story of her coming out to her family. Her brother was definitely okay with it from the beginning. Her sister was like, I don't think she had a problem with her sister being a lesbian, but she just had a problem with the fact with like that she had lied to her. I think the bigger issue was with her own mother, because her dad seemed to be relatively okay with it from the get-go. Her mom had a harder time with it just because, and again, I don't think she had a hard time with it because her daughter was a lesbian. I think she her thing was like, oh well, what are people gonna think? Like I live in this neighborhood, you don't live here anymore, and I have to deal with, you know, whatever. So I think that was her attitude towards it. But towards the end of the book, she gets over that. She decides that she's going to support her daughter no matter what. I don't know. I just felt like that was probably like a relatable kind of family dynamic that a lot of people today could relate to, because your family might not be, you know, completely homophobic or anything like that, but they're not necessarily like gonna go to a pride parade or anything like that. So I felt like it was just a relatable story and it ended super cute. I thought it was really adorable. I would have liked more of like Katherine Heigl and Alexis Bledel. Would have liked more of like them two, but it was mostly about her and her like family. So the next movie that I watched was The Ritual. This was a new movie that came on Netflix. I saw it one day because I'm on Netflix like every single day of my life, and I was like, that looks interesting. So I watched the trailer. I started watching it, and it was actually really interesting. I got like 10 minutes in, and I was like, you know what, my family might like this. So I stopped watching it, and I rewatched the first, you know, the beginning, and I finished it with my family, and it was actually like super weird and interesting. I actually really liked it. Yeah, just there's this like, it's a bunch of dudes. They go into a forest. They cut through a path in the forest. And there's like some weird like Norse gods, or there's like a god in the forest. It's like a forest god or something. It's weird. They meet these like people in the woods. They get taken for like a sacrifice. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. It was just really interesting. Like even the portrayal of like the set and the makeup and the god or whatever it was really interesting, and it was actually kind of decent. I actually liked it. So yeah, if you've seen that one, let me know. And if you're looking for a scary movie to watch on Netflix, I definitely recommend it. I thought it was pretty good. The next one I watched was probably my favorite movie that I've watched in a while, and in February for sure. Black Panther. I love this movie. Let me just say off the record, I absolutely love this movie. Like, I really, really, really liked it. I love most, I would say most Marvel movies. Not every single like solo one was the best. My favorite character in Marvel is Captain America. He's been since the beginning. I absolutely adore him. But like, not every single solo Marvel movie is amazing. Like, I didn't really care for Thor until the third movie came out, because Ragnarok is amazing. Oh, I was at this store earlier with my brother, and I found a Thor. I found a Thor Funko. Oh, it's a bobblehead. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I found the one for Thor for Ragnarok because this movie was so good. And then we also bought The Mist, because have you all seen The Mist? We're gonna rewatch it soon because it's based off a Stephen King book. This is the only Stephen King book that I've ever read, which is shameful. No, it's not. But this is a really good movie, and I really liked it. And me and my brother really like it, so we found it. So we bought it. It was like $5. But anyways, Black Panther. I really, really, really liked this movie. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. The only thing is that I went into it, and I watched it the second day it came out. I usually watch Marvel movies like the day of, or the second, or like the weekend they came out. So I watched it like the day, like that Saturday. It came out on a Friday, I think. I don't know. But all the hype, man. People were like, man, this is the best. This is like goes beyond, above and beyond a Marvel movie. It's like the best thing that's ever been made. It's amazing. And it was amazing. It really, really was. But people were hyping it up as like the best movie ever created. And I mean, it was good. It was really, really good. But it didn't like blow my mind. And I say that because there have been if any Marvel movie blows my mind, it's the Avengers one. Any of the Avengers one. I know Infinity War is going to blow my mind, because when all of the characters get together, those are my favorite kinds of scenes. Those are my favorite kinds of movies. The Avengers movie, I love with such a passion. The first one, Like I love that movie, and now like the Guardians of the Galaxy and Vision and Black Panther and all of the characters that come with T'Challa, I love his name, T'Challa, but all those characters are going to be in Infinity War, and it's going to be insane. And then Spider-Man, I love Tom Holland so much. But anyways, just, and I don't think this movie, Black Panther, what it was just, it was another, it was one of the better, if not the best solo Marvel movies. I would say it was the best one. But again, it just didn't like blow my mind to bits. I can do an entire video talking about all the things I loved, that I could seriously talk about it forever, because I did love it. I bought a Shuri. It's up there. It's like, I can't reach it. But I bought a Shuri Funko because she was amazing, and if she doesn't have like a lot of screen time in Infinity War, I'm gonna be mad, because she was amazing. But everybody in that movie, it was an incredible movie. But again, it just didn't like, I didn't leave the theater being like, whoa, that was the best thing I've ever seen, the best like Marvel thing that has ever been created, in the sense of like everything. And again, like I said, I would say it's one of, if not the best like solo Marvel movie that has come out so far. But the other one, I would say maybe like the Captain America movies. I may or may not do a video for Infinity War. I'm so excited and also terrified to go and watch that movie, because everybody's saying that Captain America's gonna die. He is my favorite Marvel character. Chris Evans is my favorite actor. I adore him so much, and if they kill him, I will cry. I will cry in the theater. No shame. I just, please. And he's literally, hold on. He's literally, like, I love Captain America so much, and he looks so good. Excuse my cracked skin. He looks so good, you guys. Are you kidding me with that beard and that hair? Okay, before I get a little too excited there. Yeah. Alright, so the next one that I'm going to talk about is Doctor Strange. I didn't even watch this movie in theaters. This is another Marvel movie. And Doctor Strange, that's an example of a movie that is on the tail end of like the greatest Marvel movies. It was fine. It wasn't even great, I don't think. Like, his character's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see him in Infinity War working with everybody else, because his powers is pretty cool and everything like that. But I mean, the movie was alright. Yeah, not too much to say about that one. The next one, I caught up on season 5 and 6 of Scandal. Oh my god. Scandal is one of my favorite shows. I love Scandals. I love political dramas so much. And so I watched it a while back, and then I stopped watching it for a minute, and season 7 is the last season. They're ending it. So, and plus I also watched How to Get Away with Murder, and they were having crossover episodes, so I wanted to catch up, but I only was able to watch seasons 5 and 6 for that. So I don't know what's happening in season 7. If you know where I can stream it for free, let me know, because the website that I used is like not working, and I'm not about to pay for Scandal, and I almost don't really want to wait forever for it to come on Netflix. But yeah, the next then that I watched was called Friend Request, and this was a scary movie with that one actress. I forgot her name. She was on Fear the Walking Dead. She was in the 100. You know who I'm talking about. I had seen trailers for it, and then I found it on Netflix or something. So we watched it. I watched it with my family one night, and it was really, really, excuse me, it was really good. I actually really liked it. Like, it wasn't amazing. It was kind of another cliche scary movie, but I love cliche scary movies, especially when they have to do with like spirits and stuff, and this one kind of did. There was like the whole scene where she has to go and investigate and research what happened to this character, with this person in the story, and I just love those parts in the stories, like when they start investigating and start learning stuff. I live for it. But yeah, what was crazy about this movie though is that there's a lot of jump scares. So if you're jumpy like I am, I screamed. I screamed like a good 3-4 times in this movie, because like the jump scares are crazy, and the visuals and the scary things in this movie are pretty insane. So I would recommend this. It's not like the best scary movie I've ever seen, but a decent one if you want to get a good scare like one night or whatever. And then the last thing I have here for the things that I watched was The Walking Dead. It came back. The episode with Carl, did not appreciate it. It goes Glenn, who was my #1 favorite character on The Walking Dead, #1 favorite character in television, honestly. And they took him from me, and I seriously mourned. I was not okay. I have a video of me reacting to it and I start crying. So why do I keep saying that? People keep watching it. But yeah, Glenn was my favorite character on the show. I miss him dearly every single episode so much. In the preview for the episode that's coming up this Sunday, Maggie's talking to Simon on the walkie-talkie and she's like, "This is Maggie Ree," and I'm like, "Maggie Ree." Oh God. Okay. Anyways, Maggie needs to start showing. Speaking of, I'm like touching my belly. She needs to start showing. I know not a lot of time has passed, but every time my mom is like, she's still not pregnant. She is. She's just not showing. But yeah, I'm still not happy with what they did with Carl's character. I really miss his character. I don't know. I honestly don't know where the story is going without him. And I hope that the showrunners and the writers, whatever, who's behind the story, does a decent job with this new storyline, because there was already a storyline that was fine with Carl. They took him away. So if they don't do another storyline that absolutely blows my mind without him, I'm gonna be mad because The Walking Dead is my favorite show, like my favorite TV show. And I don't know, I feel like they did just a really bad thing by doing this to Carl, so they better make up for it. But yeah, so I have my list here for all the stuff that I've seen so far in March, so I will talk about that hopefully in the first week of April. But yeah, those are all the shows and movies that I watched in the month of February. Please let me know down below what you thought about any of these, specifically Black Panther. Let me know what you thought about that. Was it your favorite Marvel movie? I would say it's one of my it's definitely one of my favorites. Just because it didn't like blow my mind doesn't mean it wasn't good at all. It was freaking amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite Marvel movies. Definitely top 5. One of, if not my favorite, like solo one, like I said. But yeah, I want to know, like, who's your favorite character? Like, what was your favorite scene? Like, what did you like? Like I said, my favorite character was Shuri. T'Challa. Oh God, the relationship between T'Challa and Shuri, that like brother and sister bond, was so funny, and I adored it. Denai in that movie as Okoye, and then like Nakia, and just everybody was so good. The Walking Dead. If you watch that, let me know also, because I'm done. I talked to somebody about it. Also, if you've seen 911, I really like that show. So if you've seen it, Angela Bassett in Black Panther and 911, I absolutely adore her. But yeah, if you've seen any of these movies, let me know what you thought about them. What did you watch in February? What was your favorite TV show or movie or like episode of a TV show that you watched in February? Definitely let me know. I love talking to people in the comments. But yeah, I think that is it for this video. I have about 3 videos that I need to wrap up and edit. So I'm going to end this right here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.